You're watching Satluj TV News. I'm Angus Scott in London. Popular Sikh campaigner Avtar Singh Khanda was laid to rest yesterday at Guru Nanak Gurdwara in Smethwick near Birmingham. Thousands of friends and supporters attended the memorial service and funeral, although controversially, none of his blood relatives were allowed to fly into the UK to be present to honour the high-profile Khalistani campaigner. Khanda's mother and sister, who both live in India, were refused visas to attend his funeral by the British Home Office. A 2.5-hour queue formed as the community patiently waited to pay their final respects before the coffin was carried under a Kirpan guard of honour in front of Guru Nanak Gurdwara. The crowd of thousands walked behind the coffin as it was carried to the Gurdwara Baba Sang on the High Street, where it then left for the crematorium. Avtar Singh Khanda passed away at Birmingham City Hospital on June the 15th this year from acute myeloid leukaemia, a form of blood cancer, and pulmonary embolisms, according to official statements. However, the Sikh community has raised serious concerns that his sudden death came after being in perfectly good health up until days earlier. Several British Sikh organisations have demanded a thorough investigation into his death, citing legitimate concerns of potential clandestine involvement of Indian secret services in his death. Khanda's death follows the murder of several other high-profile Khalistani campaigners internationally, plus the more recent murder of Hardeep Singh Nijjar in Canada. Khanda was the son of Sikh campaigner Shahid Bhai Kulwant Singh Kukrana, killed by police in 1991. Khanda then himself became a high-profile figure who also campaigned publicly for the rights of Sikhs and Punjabis. As his profile rose amongst the pro-Khalistan community, a heavily orchestrated online media campaign originating from India attempted to smear Khanda's reputation. In March this year, he formed a key figure in the protests outside the Indian High Commission in London, where he was falsely accused of removing India's national flag from the building by India's National Investigation Agency, the NIA. Based upon this false accusation, and even citing heavily partisan Indian media articles from India's notoriously pro-government press, the British Home Office refused visas to Khanda's family members to attend yesterday's funeral. Damaging relations between the British government and the Sikh community further, no in-depth investigation into Khanda's death was ever launched, and all efforts to pursue the matter were thwarted by officialdom. This, in turn, has caused the Sikh community to accuse the British government, headed by its Hindu Prime Minister, of siding with the Hindu Indian government in its disappointing decision-making. Jas Singh, a spokesperson for the Sikh Federation UK, openly voiced the community's feeling of being heavily let down by the British government, and clearly siding with the Indian government. However, he also paid tribute to Avtar Singh Khanda, stating he was an intelligent and popular Sikh youth activist and leader who was loved and respected by many in the community from all different sections. He continued to add that his loss was immeasurable and will leave a large void in the community. But the Sikh community are born out of sacrifice, and Khanda's contributions and actions will leave a legacy for generations to be inspired from, that will forever continue the Sikh struggle for truth, justice and freedom. You've been watching Satluj TV News, and you can find more stories in detail on our channel, that's Satnet News, so it's worth clicking on that subscribe button to make sure you get to see stories as they're broadcast. And don't forget, if you have any comments or opinions on any of our news stories, you can comment below, or indeed drop us a direct message at message@satlujtv.com. We'd love to hear from you. In the meantime, thanks for watching. For Satluj TV News, I'm Angus Scott in London.